opportunity to pay tribute to the late flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, former President of the Republic of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, trying to tie up a tribute to the longest-serving political leader Ghana has ever had in a few minutes will be similar to attempting the impossibility of summarizing a third of the post-independent history of Ghana on a few sheets of script. But within the restrictions opposite to such a tribute, we ask who was Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, born June 22, 1947, who passed on to eternity 12 November 2020. As we can Flight Lieutenant Jerry Rawlings, or Papa J, as he was affectionately called, was a paradox, an enigma of an institution. He is an enduring institution which values will continue to define us as a people and guide the progress of our nation.
Mr. Speaker, like him or hate him, for several decades of our political life as a nation and of my life as a person, President Rawlings ruled over Ghana like a colossus. Even after President Rawlings stopped being the president of Ghana, his relevance in Ghana and Ghanaian politics cannot be denied. We remember that the whole country waited, hoping that at the appropriate time he will make comments on national issues and make statements that came to be known as boom statements. And whether he liked it or not, President Rawlings was relevant in our life.
Mr. Speaker, yes, on 28 April 1992, the good people of Ghana bestowed this democracy upon themselves. But without doubt, the contribution of President Rawlings in 1992, transiting as a military leader to a democratically elected leader, and shall I say, so pretending the transition of this country from military rule to the most enduring republic and democracy of our country. Mr. Speaker, that is a huge credit to President Rawlings. It's been said already, at the time he chalked his feet, the order at the time was military rule. Democracy was not fashionable in Africa. As much as some may legitimately disagree with his politics and policies, in my respectful view, this singular act of President Rawlings is very much a big legacy of his leadership.
Paying tribute to no less a person but the founding father of this fourth Republican constitutional democratic process that we are all enjoying today. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, it's difficult for me, this being the very first time I'm on my feet, to speak on this floor, and the first thing I'll be doing will be to pay tribute to someone I describe as my boss, who I would have wished was alive to see me on my feet or hear me speak from this house. Indeed, I associate myself with the statement ably made by the leader of the NDC caucus.
Save that I have my own personal views to express as a result of some personal encounter, I would have said that anything in addition to what has been said will merely be superfluous. As a speaker, growing up, I didn't like the man Rawlings. A simple reason, I was told that his administration, the military junta should put it, victimized my dad. Later, as a young adult, my stepfather, who was an activist in MPP, suffered some excesses, and that added on to my dislike of his person. But here again, this was a man, anytime I heard him speak, I felt inspired by his charisma. The charisma in him that caught people following him, and his sense of humor.
Today we celebrate the founder of the Fourth Republic, who birthed this democratic dispensation under which we all gather here to espouse the values of multi-party democracy. We also celebrate the founder of the great National Democratic Congress, whose toil and sacrifices led to what has become a very formidable political force in our country. President Rawlings was larger than life, very charismatic, enigmatic, very forthright. He said it as it is. He was not always looking for favors and plaudits, even from his own side of the political divide. He stood for justice. He stood for principle. He was a man of the ordinary Ghanaian, and he must be remembered for his exceptional modesty. President Rawlings will go down in the history books as perhaps the only African military ruler who did not promote himself when he ascended the reins of power.
Let me also contribute to the statement ably made by the minority leader and associate with almost all the comments that have been said without trying to repeat any of them. The Speaker, I want to make comment with regards to his belief for inclusiveness in the running of our country. And I want to believe that if I had missed this opportunity to say this, my conscience and the Zongo people in this country may not forgive me. The Speaker, when he became the head of state in 1981, 31st December, the Speaker, one of the major things that he did for my people, and when I talk about my people, those of us seen as Zongo people settling across the country, was to introduce Islamic Education Unit. And Mr. Speaker, this one single policy intervention in just about 35 years or 34 years has transformed our communities so greatly that today we can boast that we are participating actively in the development of our country. The trial and tribulations from which he emerged largely triumphant. The rather unserenaded passing on of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings struck Parliament and indeed the entire nation with trepidation, as this was never within our contemplation at the time. Undoubtedly, there can never be any successful account of the political history of this country, particularly the Fourth Republic, without recognizing the man Jerry John Rawlings, what he stood for, his actions and inactions and all. In my mind,
and I know the minds of many, President Rawlings created an image of a person larger than life. And that is what led to the shock that we all received when we heard of his sudden departure. But this confirmed the statement that we are all bearers of passage. And I hope that we are learning the lessons, some of the lessons that you have echoed today. I want to see that in practice. I want to see that as living testimonies as we lead our constituents in our daily duties to develop Ghana. With this, I want to call on all of you for us to give him a minute silence. A minute silence, please. May his soul and the souls of all the faithfully departed rest in peace. Amen.